let me just digress for the Kansas City Royals have announced that one of their players has been diagnosed with chickenpox.
Yeah.
Do you think that there's going to be an outbreak? Because that's extremely contagious.
Well, they had the same thing with the hockey team.
Yeah. Was it
the
measles?
Penguins had chickenpox. I don't know how many they've had, and I don't know. The key would be what's causing it with athletic teams. Yeah. What is the reason for it? But your point's well made, Frank. It is very contagious, and they have to be careful that they don't take it for granted. I'm sure.
But why don't all the teams, do a whole inoculation and stuff at the beginning of the season? I mean, you hear about these outbreaks, right? It makes you wonder, do they have a good system in place, whether it's hockey, football, and soccer? Because, the guys are in such close quarters, especially in hockey. They sit at the bench, they share water bottles, right?
I don't know if they still share water bottles.
It's very easy to become contaminated or infected by somebody beside you.
Yeah.
Well, and then if we were talking about that and maybe the Detroit Tigers or the Oakland A's, but we're talking about the Kansas City Royals, and they're the best team in baseball. So now if this gets into the dressing room, it'll
destroy them. It'll finish their season. Chickenpox is disgusting among adults. It's a childhood disease, but on adults you get the shingles, and it's really brutal. I don't know if you've known anybody. I had them all when I was a kid. I had chickenpox, had the mumps, I had the measles, I had them all. But a buddy of mine who didn't get the chickenpox, he got the shingles, and he was in so much pain for like 6 months. It was just brutal.
Yeah, I've had 2 friends that have had it, and I would describe it exactly the way you did, Frank. It is
and if it goes through the dressing room, it's going to fuck the other season. How do you recover?
Well, if it goes throughout the room, you don't.
No, but if it becomes, if they all get contaminated, if they all become infected, how will that team survive?
Well, you got to hope that it's not a mass.
You got to hope it's contained to the one player.
One guy to the next, and you're missing a player a week, but when the one recovers, but if you get 15 of them all at once that have got the chickenpox, problem. Or if you've got your best pitcher opening the World Series and he's got the chickenpox, he's out.
But is there some sort of protocol in professional sport where you get a physical and you fill out and, did you have this, did you have that, and you inoculate the patients?
I would say
players.
I think that's an automatic. Whatever inoculations they haven't had, they would be given. And I don't know why the chickenpox has been able to go under the radar on this.
I mean, there's so many fucking diseases that are coming back. It's scary. The plague is back. The plague is back.
Well, I'm not familiar with that, but we better watch if that.
Yeah, they just, I forget, 2-3 weeks ago that some people were infected with the plague, which comes from rat feces.
Yeah. That's not very nice.
No, it's not. What I'm just saying is, I think that this thing in Kansas City Royals, Alex Rios has been diagnosed with chickenpox. It should really raise a big flag on how they're checking people at the beginning of the season.
Well,
what do you think, though? Is like in basketball, is there strong controls?
Oh, sure.
Yeah.
No, I don't think there's. I don't think there's anything there. A doctor who knows a heck of a lot more about it than I would be able to tell you how chickenpox can get under the radar. But I would say that every team has a thorough medical check for each of their athletes, insures them, and in the process has as extensive a medical as you can give a guy. I think this is something that's beyond prevention at this point.